Hello again. Today I'm going to tie a Blakstone's buzzer for you. The hook in the vise is an angling water grub hook. It's size 8, but I'm only doing this for demonstration purposes. Mostly I would tie these on Camazan B110s, size 10 to 14. The thread I'm going to be using is UTC, the 70-aught, which is the lighter of the two UTC threads. And the first thing I'm going to do is just catch on a couple of turns at the eye and then take that away. Now the next thing I'm going to do is tie in a wire rib. I'm going to be using a silver rib, and it's quite a medium gauged material, and I want to tie it in on the way down just to keep it a little bit slimmer, and I want it on top of the hook shank if I can. People seem to be really obsessed with keeping the size of the fly nice and thin and the profile nice and thin, but I've found over the years, and I've been fishing quite a while now, it doesn't matter. You know, the trout want a decent meal as well. So if you have a fat buzzer, and some of the buzzers I used to fish with when I first started were huge, I'm going to be using the Uni Mylar. It's 1/32/8 of an inch. Just take a piece of that, and I'm going to be catching that in at the bottom. Again, I want that near this damn it on the top. And I'm just going to bring my thread in touch and turns all the way back. And what this does as well, this extra layer of thread if you like, is it makes sure that you've absolutely covered your wire ribbon. Now, first thing I'm going to do is bring my shell back over the top. Excuse my fingers. I'm just going to put one turn in while I fiddle about, just getting it to sit on top of the hook shank. Once I'm happy, I'll put another couple of turns in, but I'm not going to pull it tight just yet. Then the next thing is to bring my wire ribbing up. Try and keep your ribbon as equally spaced as you can. It's not behaving particularly well. So I'm just going to bring it up and then try and adjust once I've got it up to where I want it. So there it is, up the top. I can catch all that in now, and now I can loosen my vise off and just have a look. It is slightly off where I want it to be, so I'm just going to use my fingers to bend it round. That done, keep my thread tight, remove the wire rib, come in on the top and take that away. Now I'm going to come back now to where I want my wing buds to come in. I used to use floss. I've now sort of moved on to goose biots for all my sort of wing buds. Some people prefer crisp packets, just whatever floats your boat really. I find this the easiest. I've pre-cut two feathers, and I'm just going to, wrong way round, catch these in. Excuse my fingers. It's just easier if you can catch them in together, like so. It takes a bit of practice, but it does mean that you're getting them fairly evenly spaced. Okay, fairly happy with that. I'm just going to pull this one slightly back a little bit. Play still in there. And I'm just going to grab a normal peacock feather. This one's been dyed orange, but you can use an ordinary plain one. And I'm going to strip off 3 strands of quill, and then simply take away the waste off of them. Once that's done, then catch that in on the hook. Now you can add a breather at the front of this fly, it's quite effective. I'm not going to bother today. Once you've caught your peacock herring in, simply build up your thorax. Make sure you leave enough room at the front of the fly to build a nice head. I think when you're beginning fly tying, a lot of the bit where it goes wrong is at the head, and that's mostly due to not leaving enough room. Once you've caught them in, 2 or 3 turns, keep it tight. You should be able to just pluck away that. Just tidy up at the front slightly, and all that remains is to bring your goose biot bud round, like so. Now before I snap them off, just going to loosen my vise again, have a look, see how it's sitting. Yeah, looks okay. I'll give it another couple of turns, and then keeping the thread taut again, I'm simply going to work these goose biots free. That one doesn't want to play. Just come with my snips. Get rid of that. Then I can finish off building a nice head. And as usual, if you bring your thread to the eye and work your way back, you get a nice head. I'm going to use a couple of half hitches to finish off. I just snapped that, but the deed is done, so I can just remove that. Now, all that remains is to add a little touch of varnish at the head. I'm just using the Vineyard's standard head varnish, and I'll just come in underneath. You need to be careful at this point. You don't want to get any varnish onto your thorax, because the peacock herald there got a nice frizzed out thing going on. And that is the Blakstone's buzzer. It used to be one of the only buzzers I ever fished, but I've moved along now, so a more traditional pattern. I hope it's of some use and it's given you some ideas for your own tying. Thanks for watching.